Have you ever wondered why the rich get richer and the poor get poorer? This question, as old as time itself, continues to puzzle many. The answer, however, might be simpler than you think. The crux of the matter is a fundamental concept that many overlook, understanding the difference between assets and liabilities. Imagine a scale. On one side, we have assets, things that put money into your pocket. On the other side, liabilities, things that take money out of your pocket. The delicate balance between these two is what determines whether one's wealth grows or diminishes. The rich are rich because they understand this balance and use it to their advantage. They buy assets that generate income, while the poor often accumulate liabilities that drain their resources. This fundamental difference in approach is what leads to the ever-widening wealth gap. Stay tuned to uncover the secret behind the wealth gap. So what exactly is an asset? Well, in the simplest terms, an asset is anything that puts money into your pocket. It's a resource with economic value that you own or control, with the expectation that it will provide future benefits. Think about a house that you rent out. You own it, and every month it brings in rental income. That's an asset. Or consider a car that you use for a ride-sharing service. It's not just a vehicle, it's a money-making machine. That's an asset too. But remember, not everything you own is an asset in the financial sense. If it doesn't generate income or increase in value over time, it's not an asset. So, that flashy sports car in your garage? Unless it's earning you money, it's not an asset. In essence, assets generate income. Now let's see what liabilities are. Now, what about liabilities? What do they mean in our everyday life? Well, in the world of finance, liabilities are essentially what you owe. You can think of them as the opposite of assets. They're the obligations or debts that you have to pay off. For instance, let's say you bought a house or a car on loan. That loan becomes a liability because it's now an obligation that you need to repay. Or perhaps you've used your credit card to make purchases. The amount you owe on your credit card is a liability too. The thing about liabilities is that they take money out of your pocket. Every month, a portion of your income goes towards paying off these liabilities, which means less money for you to use or save. So, liabilities eat away at your income. Now that we understand these two terms, let's see how they affect the wealth gap. Believe it or not, the balance between assets and liabilities can make or break your wealth. It's a simple equation, really. The rich get richer because they're experts at investing in assets. These assets generate income almost like an army of tiny moneymakers working round the clock. On the other hand, the poor often find themselves in a cycle of liabilities. These liabilities drain income, akin to a hole in the pocket that keeps growing. Assets are your soldiers and liabilities the enemy. To win this war on wealth, you need more soldiers and fewer enemies, so invest more in assets and limit your liabilities. Understanding and managing your assets and liabilities is the key to closing that wealth gap. So what's the takeaway from this? The key to accumulating wealth lies in understanding assets and liabilities. Invest wisely in assets, manage those liabilities, and you'll see a difference. Remember, the balance between assets and liabilities determines your wealth. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more insightful videos.